reverse hyper row. Pretty simple. We're going to do a single arm row. You've probably done it as a dumbbell row in the past. We're now going to be doing it on a reverse hyper. What we're also going to be doing is we're going to be doing it with a band. So I've obviously got a band wrapped around here, putting some weight on the reverse hyper, and then I'm just going to do a conventional row. So it's going to move over to the side, so my arm's in line here. Going to go down to a big stretch and then pull up into a row. Control it down. I'm going to move back a bit just so I've got a little bit more tension there at the end, and then nice and controlled, and we're just going to do a row. The reason we're doing it with a band is I find that as we do this with a band, the connection, the mind-muscle connection, the connection with the muscle stays just so much better. So if you're finding it a little bit difficult to really feel those lats and even scaps sort of working, this is a really cool way to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that as we pull back, I want to get my elbow right back to my hip. As we go forward here, I want to get a good stretch. I'm letting the scap sort of go forward, and then I'm going to pull back, and we're just going to do a big row. But what we're going to do with this is we're going to make sure that we hit all of our lat. So from the front, we're going to be doing it like this. When we can't do it like that anymore, elbow's going to come up wider. They're going to come up wide until we sort of can't do that section anymore. And we're going to stay in this sort of back third to begin with. Then we're going to go out as we fatigue and we can't keep it up there. It's going to come out a little bit further till we get to the end, and we're just going to add in some scaps there at the end. So this is more of a continuous tension row. We're just really trying to do one rep. It'll take anywhere from like 60 seconds to 2 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes, but we're going to get all of that tissue that we want. So I'm going to come back and going to do my row, and I'm just going to, for this one, it's going to stay in this sort of short range, and then elbow's kind of tight here. So now I'm going to come out. I'm at about 45 degrees with my elbow. So I'm trying to keep my shoulder low though. And then up a bit wide. Just trying to get all of that tissue nice and controlled. I'm probably going a bit fast. As soon as you go too fast, you start to feel this because of the band and the pendulum. And when you can't do that anymore, your arm will obviously go a little bit further out because you can't quite pull it all the way here. So as that happens, just move back a little bit on the seat, and then you'll be keeping that same sort of tension all the way through, a little bit higher. And then I'm basically kind of getting a little bit of movement here, and when I can't do it anymore, I'm just going to get those I'm going to get those scaps in and do some scap rows, get a little bit of movement here, really feel those scaps. Even with a straight arm, bring it back, protract, retract. And there you go, you're done. Single arm row, trying to get all that tissue, the entire lat, and then the scaps at the end. Excuse my breath, you can tell I actually did some work here. Enjoy. Actually, one more thing. If you want, you can do this with a strap, like a stretch strap. Then you don't have, obviously, the band. I really like the band, particularly if we're using this to make sure that we're actually getting the connection through the lats that we want. This thing kicks ass. Enjoy.